have like the life cycle of some sort of insect.
Yeah.
It would last 2 weeks and then it
Then
would go
die.
abroad
Yeah.
and it would go back to Napoleonic Wars, which was the fate of a lot of mods. Really, there were a lot of events that tried mods. I mean, ironically, the Dying Battle's success also was its weakness when it came to trying with mods. Because the mechanics, the muskets and the cannons and the horsemen and the melee are all wonderfully balanced. And when you historically advance the weaponry or whatnot, things get thrown out of whack. Sadly, I mean.
So now I want to move it into a little, and it'll be moving in a little bit more modern times, so that way you might have a clear memory too. What have you been up to right now with the Holdfast?
We do 2 events at the moment. We do Getty's event on Fridays. It's only North American, sadly. We do Getty's event on Fridays, and we do the Reddit Holdmast, which is interesting because it's the naval game mode, which is slightly buggy but still good fun and practice with cannons.
And how do you feel about that shift from all the way from Mount to Musket to NW to Holdfast, the evolution of the game?
I mean, I kind of miss having horses and artillery, like diverse artillery, and events where you can do more and just wait and die if you miss your gun. For the most part, I would say with some tweaking, the mechanics were certainly more or less equal. I mean, it depends on. I think some people will always be more comfortable with the warband side of things, as they've been playing warband forever. I would honestly say that for the most part, the mechanics fit. They're satisfying to use, and you get good feedback. In
Holdfast?
In Holdfast, yes.
Well, I have a hard time with the melee. I've kind of learned how to do, but it's also a big pain. I find it kind of annoying because there are times where it's just so like it's clunky. I
mean, it depends. Keep in mind this is the Unity engine as well. It's an interesting choice for an engine when it comes to something like melee. I mean, this is the same engine that powers friggin' Blackwake as well. Blackwake, Verdun and Tannenberg games. What else uses Unity? It's a lot of indie games use Unity, and when it comes to sort of like first person sort of melee feedback, I imagine things are a bit clunky because it's going into a whole new territory.
Yeah, it really is. I think now the whole transfer of the situation for NW to Holdfast, what was the reception that you got from your guys on that?
Well, we were all for it because, basically, we stopped doing Lion Battles in 2015. And we moved on to other games. We still stayed together. We moved from our Mumble to Discord. We play other games all the time. We bounce through Battlefield 1, friggin' Payday. God, what else do we play?
Oh, so, okay, I completely missed that. I thought you guys were still around.
We're still around.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like playing NW for before Holdfast.
We aren't gonna go back to NW.
What? NW is awesome, in my opinion. I still play it today, but I've stopped as much as I used to. But NA group fighting's kind of done an uptick again, and that's re-engaged my interest because I've always been.
If you're into like group fighting, you'll
the
always be
competitive side.
playing NW. But we're not into group fighting. We just love big, dumb, combined arms. Anything can happen, sort of line battles. And I'm afraid regarding those with NW, the sun has long set.
How do you feel that drama affected the community, especially as an FSC moderator, right?
I think drama, sadly, is perhaps the biggest killer. I'll just basically put this case forward. People would have stuck around a lot longer, especially old school crew, if there wasn't drama. People would still be playing a lot more events. There'll still be a lot more bigger clans. People would have a slightly better goodwill amongst each other. But I feel, because basically the reason why the FSC forum spun off from... I mean, this is 90% correct from what I hear. I could be wrong. I mean, obviously, they spun off the forums from Tailworlds to promote the battle cry of freedom, which it's still next to Bannerlord in production. We've got a long-term bet running, really. Which one will come out first, Bannerlord?
Oh, I thought Battle Cry to Freedom was like done in production, like they're not doing it.
Well, allegedly, Olafsson said. I mean, this is back when Holdfast came out and people were doing a Q&A and people asked Olafsson, "What's going on with that?" And allegedly, Olafsson said it's still in production. We shall see. I mean, some games take goddamn forever to come out. I mean,
I don't know how good it's going to be, if it's taken that long. I mean, maybe they're making it really good, but it kind of sounds like they've dropped off in development. Like, supposedly they had.
Good. I mean, Olafsson is a damn good coder. I mean, we won't know. I wouldn't expect it to be what they promised, though. They when they first tried out the game, they came up with some fantastic sort of boasts. Who knows? It will probably be more or less the same quality as like probably early access Holdfast.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I don't know if I'll ever be getting it because, like I said, there's balance issues when weaponry involves in like because the American Civil War was the introduction of the percussion cap rifled musket, and those things had range. And if you ever played like a North and South event, it gets really confusing because line infantry and light infantry sort of merging together with their opening files, and I think honestly, I would say up until 1840 would be the best historical era for these sort of games because once rifled weaponry becomes on scene, it just kind of tips the balancings. But I would honestly say, going back to the original thing about Cry of Freedom, is it will probably come out. It will probably be okay. If the American Civil War rings a bell, people will probably get it and play it.
I mean, what do you think about Bannerlord, though? What do you think about Bannerlord?
It looks good. I just hope when it comes out, it will be flexible for modding as Warband is. Warband really took off with the modding, and I spent years playing Warband due to all the mods and that. So hopefully it'll have the same amount of modding potential as Warband had. Yeah, I mean, if Mount Musket shows up, we will certainly give it a try because I mean, we still have a big latent sort of Mountain Musket, Mountain Blade community kicking in the forums.
Mm-hmm. That change must have been for Bannerlord. I am excited to see if they're gonna have like an NW thing, right? So if they're gonna what you're talking about with the Mountain Musket.
They will definitely, someone's gonna go and try for it. I mean, Mountain Musket was a huge multiplayer mod for Warband back when Warband was kicking around and in its much more populated version. The question is, will it be good?
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I think Bannerlord's going to be good. I'm excited for it, although I think the hype around it has kind of died down, right? I think it's kind of got less and less hype for it. People are less and less excited.
I mean, I lost interest years ago, and they just took forever in actually telling us what was going on.
Yeah,
I will pick it up probably discounted on a sale when it finally rolls out, probably in the next 2 or 3 years, and it does look pretty. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people missed the horrible deformed potato people that enjoy smolfing and stretching for Warband and NW.
Yes, we'll never get over that. Well, I also think I do want to leave it off now on. Do you have anything else you want to share as a final note?
Well, I just want Holdfast to just do as well, even better than NW, and I want the community this time around to just be good to each other and not wallow in the drama and the past, and just be chill. Just play the game, be chill. Don't be a butt. That's my final.
I also
words.
Hope it gets more. Just to leave one final comment off on Holdfast. I hope it gets more people in the sense of like how much NW had, right? So Holdfast does have a decent player population, but it's not like huge.
I guarantee, honestly, from my experiences of the FSC days, especially watching the modding community, every faction they drop in, more and more old school NW people will probably roll towards Holdfast, especially if they flesh out the mechanics more and whatnot. I guarantee a lot of old school NW Prussian regiments will finally return or give it a go, and then they drop the Prussians because the Prussian army is a major key to basically Mountain Musket's history as well as the Napoleonic Wars. Lots of Prussian regiments. So Nylander's guys, KPR. Can't remember them off the top of the head, but there was a lot of Prussians. I would say the Prussians next to the British and French were the most popular faction.
All right.
So with each faction, you'll probably see more and more familiar faces and more old clans coming together again.
That sounds like if that does happen, that'd be pretty exciting. So I want to thank you, NurdBot, for coming on to the podcast today, telling your story, and I also want to be able to let you plug your stuff. So if someone wants to find you or contact you, how would they do that?
Well, we kind of are. If they're a member of the SA forums, you can join us.
All right. How would someone get to the SA forums? Would they look up SA forums?
You go and you Google search something awful, pay $10 to the forum, and you pay attention to the rules, because otherwise it's gonna be a very short visit.
All right. Well, NurdBot, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it, man. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for listening.
I wish you luck in your epic quest to understand the historiography of this whole community.
I know, it'll be fun. And I also think and I'm gonna pose this question to you guys, also a modern thing of what's going on right now in the community as well, the kind of the issues we face and stuff. I think I might have an episode or two on that as well. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this interview, and thank you, NurdBot, for being on.